in Phoenix and Arizona as well. So yeah, the mezcaleria is a concept that is picking up real quickly in recent years. For those who don't know, mezcal is a type of it's similar to tequila, but it's not. It's more the process of making it is more traditional. It doesn't involve any industrial capacity, so it's handmade by people in Oaxaca. They wake up every morning, go plow the fields, harvest the agave, and then they do all by hand. It's a very long and I would say very intricate process to deliver everyone just a little bottle of of tequila. So it has a unique taste, unlike tequila. It has a smoky taste, um, and it's very unique. If you haven't tried it, I invite you all to give it a chance one day. It's a really especially well I you can drink it by itself, or you can make a cocktail, a margarita as well. It works either way. So yeah.
I I was just going to say, Ricardo, that I was fortunate enough to have someone at Las Quince Salsas this afternoon prepare a Mezcal Margarita for me as I was waiting to pick up my food. And so I have to say that, yes, folks, if you have not had a margarita with Mezcal instead of tequila, you don't know what you're missing. So try it with Mezcal.
Yes, of course. Yeah, and like you mentioned earlier, food is acts like an ambassador of for our cultures here in when we moved to Phoenix. One of the things that helped us share our culture with the community is our food. So that's how we got started with the restaurant 9 years ago. We started in a smaller place than where we are right now, but with really high hopes that people here in Arizona will enjoy Oaxacan food, and and we could share it with our community here. So like Mexican cuisine, Oaxacan food, it's based on the staple items of corn, beans, and also chili peppers. But the unique thing about Oaxacan food is it's very distinguished by geographic areas in the state. Also, it is influenced by the indigenous culture of Oaxaca, which is a big part in Oaxaca. So right now, let me share what we have, our menu for tonight. So first of all, we have the empanadas. Hopefully you can see that. So we have 3 empanadas. One, so empanadas are normally in other places you will say here empanadas are baked. Our empanadas in Oaxaca are kind of our version of quesadillas. Well, made with corn tortilla by hand and stuffed with different ingredients and quesillo, mostly known as Oaxacan cheese. So the first one is we have one empanada with mushroom and quesillo, one with epazote, which is a herb very characteristic of Oaxacan cuisine. And also we have the flor de calabaza, which is the pumpkin blossom. So it's like the blossom that comes out of a pumpkin. That's what it is, and it's delicious for all of those who enjoy vegetarian or even vegan food. I think they will really like this one, except for the quesillo, of course. So next we move on to the moles. For tonight we have 3 different types of moles. We have the black mole, and then we have this. This one is called estofado, and finally we have the green mole. So the mostly known mole here in the United States are probably black mole, but we have these two types of moles, which are mostly made during parties in Oaxaca. So whenever there's a wedding or there's a birthday, they usually will make green and green mole and estofado um, as a special occasion. Also, well, of course, the black mole is also one of the staples of Oaxacan cuisine. And finally, we have, I want to show you, I don't think this is included in your dinner, but this is what Jorge mentioned, the tlayuda. So it's kind of it's a big tlayudas are big corn tortillas made by hand, and so we smear them with lard. Well, it's called asiento. It's kind of a pork reduction lard, black beans, Oaxacan cheese, and you can also add other vegetables um, such as pork or beef. And finally, let me show you here. I have another very unique item of Oaxacan cuisine. These are chapulines or other grasshoppers. So if you haven't tried this, you should give it a chance. They look scary, but they're not. They're delicious.
I have tried the chapulines before, and I mean, yes, you're right. They look scary to us because we're not used to
Yes.
eating that type of food. But absolutely, I think it's something to try, and they are very good.
Yeah, they I mean, I grew up eating them. So for me, it's like super normal to eat chapulines. But yeah, for someone who has never seen them, they might think, oh, well, it looks a little scary, and but they're really good, very good source of protein.
And they do have a crazy amount of protein. I think I can't remember how many like grasshoppers, but essentially they have a very little amount of grasshoppers has more protein than a hamburger.
Yes, yes, yeah, they're very rich in protein. So yeah, and then they are a very common snack in Oaxaca. So that's it. Well, I think also you took home a glass of horchata or Oaxacan horchata. It's yeah. Oh, there you go. So it's house made, and it doesn't. It could be. It's a vegan horchata. It doesn't include any dairy in it. So if anyone in our audience is vegan, cheers. And yeah, that's it. Well, thank you so much for allowing us to bring our food from our home state to your homes, and I hope you and your families enjoy it, and I hope to see you here soon.
Oh, al contrario, thank you so much to you, Ricardo, to Elizabeth, for being here with us, for organizing this event with us, and for sharing your culture with us. I think that this has been an amazing way for us to get to know Oaxaca much better, even just being here in Phoenix. And I think that's what's so great is that we have the capability to really experience it without having to travel anywhere. So again, I also, I had asked in the chat, and I wonder, because there are some people from home that weren't able to join us for the meal portion, but I know they're probably taking some notes on what they should try when they travel to Oaxaca, or when they just travel to, or just go over to your restaurant, what they're going to order when they come in to visit you. But I did make a question in the chat, and I don't think anyone's answered it. Which one of the moles is the spiciest? I know which one I thought was the spiciest when I tried it.
Oh yeah, so the spiciest mole is the red mole. It's not in the ones we have that we made for tonight. None of these are actually spicy from like that are gonna just make you drink lots of water. But yeah, the spiciest mole is the red mole. That one is made with different types of chili peppers with really combine well with other spices and makes it that makes it the spiciest one. Yeah, for those who don't like spicy food, I think black mole is the safe choice.
But there are definitely options for those of us. I say those of us because I always try so hard to try the spicy foods, and then I realize that it's really not something that I can do. So yes. There are safe options for us that can't stand the heat, right?
Correct. Yeah, and we also have here. I forgot to mention this actually. So these are the enchiladas. So here you have. These are all. So here's the a black mole. This is the entomatada, which is a tomato sauce, and this is the enfrijolada, which is a black bean sauce. So yeah, if you those are also very common, and these are more like in Oaxaca, people eat them as lunch. Yes. So yeah, the enchiladas with the tomato sauce or the black bean sauce, they people eat them for lunch mostly, but here you can have them all day.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And I don't know if you can see the chat, but there are quite a few people, those that are saying, Liz says the food looks delicious and she wishes she was there to enjoy tasting it. Hopefully, Liz, when you make it to Phoenix, you can stop into Las Quince Salsas to order this meal. And yes, the presentation she also mentioned is marvelous, and she's exactly right. It looks beautiful. So yes. Thank you so very much for being here to present our meal to us and for sharing this with us tonight.